So first, let's start off with number 10. So who do you have in your 10 spot?
Okay, so this one was a bit weird for me, Ennis. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm.
I had to think about this because I had three potential. Actually, I had four potential candidates here.
Mm.
I had Book 10. I think he's my safest pick for number 10. Then I had Trey, and then I had DeMar, and then I had CP. And like the top 9 guys, I'm not moving. But like I could put DeMar in just cuz like he's had his best scoring season in like 5 years. He's kept Chicago afloat. You know the whole story already. But I also have Trey here because Trey's having his best offensive season. Not like scoring, but not just scoring wise, but like efficiency wise. And the Hawks have picked it up. They're above 500 now, and they're probably going to get into the playoffs if they beat Cleveland. So, I mean, that's just my pick anyway. But then there's CP. CP is on the same team as Book. He's a top 5 point guard in the league. Probably top 3 after 2 other guys on this list. But I think I leave CP out. And then I think Book, Trey, DeMar are 1A, 1B, 1C. I don't think I can move him.
Well, I actually put Booker at number 10, and I put CP3 at number 9.
Okay.
So yeah, I was kind of debating with DeMar too, like you said, but I don't see him like right now being over D-Book or CP3 in my point of view.
I do think we're understating how good of a season DeMar has had just because of like Phoenix is having like this historically great like team of destiny season. And DeMar, they were the 1 seed for a little bit before their whole team kind of fell apart. But yeah, I think I'm just going to keep my list where it's at. It's been hard, man. There's been a lot of good players this year. And this is excluding like a ton of guys. Like Dame would normally be on this list. Kawhi would be on this list. A lot of guys would normally be here. Okay, let's not get crazy here on this.
Harden?
Well, yeah, I mean, Harden would be here, but I mean, his hamstrings turned into brisket, so.
Who do you have in number 9?
Number 9, I have Ja.
Bro, I had Ja there, and then like, I swapped him out for CP3. Yeah.
I mean, weren't you? You were talking the Ja MVP talk a couple weeks ago. What happened?
Bro, I love Ja, but
what happened?
The Suns are just so good, bro. They're the number 1 team in the league. I know I didn't want to like factor in team success, but like I just had to with the last 2 spots. Yeah, I just had to. Yeah, Chris Paul is just like the age he's at. The way he just makes his teammates better. So I just put him over Book.
Wait, so is Ja not in your top 10?
No, he's not.
Oh my. Yeah. Oh my. The Ja slander is real here in us.
No, it's not slander. It's just
that's slander.
It's just one good season, bro. Like
27, 7, and 5. That's kind of. I feel like that's hard to discount, but
it is. But
I mean, second team in the West, like second best record in the league.
I couldn't leave CB3 out of the top 10, and I didn't want to swap Book out either.
Okay.
And I can't put Ja higher than 8. It's just not possible.
I think I could see a world where I put Ja in front of like up to like 7. He's like 9 to 7 for me.
I don't see him over Tatum. I don't see him over Braun, over Curry, Luka. I think he's like a little bit below those players for now.
Yeah, but I think this season he's had, I think I could probably put him over Braun. But there's a world where I could like force myself to use that logic.
For team success.
Yeah, but well, I mean like counting stats too. They're not like super far off. But anyway, who's your number 8?
Number 8 is Jason Tatum.
Same.
Having a great second half of the season.
I had Tatum, I think, like end of the top 15 if we did this in like December.
Oh, yeah.
It was a rough start for him. I mean, it always goes this way. Like, it's like Jason Tatum, like, question mark, like, is he still good? And then, like, Jason Tatum, you know? And then it's like, oh, there's Jason Tatum. He's going to be the best player in the league. Like, only from, like, January to April, though. Yeah.
I mean, he's having an amazing second half of the season right now. The Celtics are second in the East right now. They weren't even supposed to, like, in the first half of the season, we were talking about, we mentioned this in another episode, we were talking about them.
Which you can go listen to.
In the plane. Yeah, you guys can go listen to that. If you want. But what's it called? Yeah, we were talking about the Celtics maybe potentially not even making the play-in.
Udoka's system really just seemed to kick in for them. Like, it's definitely a bit of an adjustment Oh, I talked about this last. Go listen to the last episode. We talked
Yeah,
we talked all about the Celtics. Yeah. Prayers out to Robert Williams III. Hope he gets better in time for the playoffs.
Wait. So who'd you have at number 8? You had Tatum. Yeah. Okay.
I would probably actually. Hey, Ennis, I'm making a switch.
No.
Ennis, I'm putting Tatum number 8, and I am putting my next
Wait,
guy.
I thought he was already number 8.
I'm putting Tatum number 7, and my next guy is moving number 8.
Oh,
So,
okay. You're switching them up. If this is what I think it is, I'm gonna be very upset.
I don't know why you would be upset. Number 8. So let's talk about it again. Is LeBron James?
I knew it, bro.
Bro,
I knew it.
He's played 55 games. He's been like for the beginning half of the season, he was in and out of the lineup. He's been in and out of the lineup.
He's 37.
And I'm not giving you a pass.
He's 37.
He's having bro. He's good. He's a top 10 player at 37. I don't know what more you could want from the guy.
He had a better season than Jason Tatum. Like, if you don't look at the team's record.
He did not, because there's this other thing that people play. It's called defense, and Braun does not play it.
Because he's 37, bro.
Okay,
He can't be this good in offense and be, like, at least mediocre on
Then
defense.
he should have picked a better Lakers team to play defense.
That's true.
Braun's my number 8. He had a really good season. I'm really proud of him. Now you can go live it up in Cancun. Braun's my number 8.
Well, my number 7 is actually LeBron James.
That's fair. I have no problem having like I could probably put like LeBron at 6 if I could force my way to think about it. Like if LeBron goes to 6, that's not like crazy. But he's not cracking the top 5 this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Not for
offensively, he had like probably one of his better seasons. He averaged 29 points a game, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. But
he played some center too this year. I mean, he basically did everything. He was point guard for a little bit. He was center for a while. Small ball LeBron was really good till like centers found out you just had to play your center against LeBron. It was a good season, I guess. I mean, it's like I'm not gonna go on ESPN and say this is like affects LeBron's legacy. He's no longer a top 5 player for me. You know, he's like I don't think it's like
only people say that like.
Oh, you see Skip Bayless had a Wilt Chamberlain-esque like 50, 25, and 25 on Undisputed the other day. It was wild. We have yet to see yet to see like an all-time great play at this level, this old. So it's just fun to see, you know?
Wait, I have a question. I know it's a known fact that LeBron, like, influences the front office.
Yeah.
But, like...
To what extent?
Yeah.
Probably
like
a lot.
Like, people... Like, we know that he kind of influenced, like, Russ coming here. Because he wanted Russ.
Yeah, I mean...
But, like, is there actually, like... evidence that like he made this whole team, or was it just Russ? Because like who's the one that said that LeBron had this much influence on the front office?
I mean, just from what I've seen in terms of like people that are like actually in the know, Clutch Sports is very much involved in signing most of these guys, like 2 Lakers rosters to come play with LeBron. Which makes sense. Like LeBron's homeboy runs the agency, and a lot of the guys who they pick up are or become Clutch clients. A lot of the veteran minimum guys, they're basically like outsourced from like through Clutch from like Rob Pelinka. I think that's what people are talking about in terms of like LeBron's front office influence. But obviously there's like a list of guys that he wants every year, and the front office is going to try their best to go get him.
I feel like every star player on the team has that influence, you know?
I don't think so. No.
It's not just LeBron. I feel like if Luka were to go and tell Mark Cuban that he wants to have like Alex Caruso come play with him.
Nah.
You don't think that Mark Cuban wouldn't like try his best to go get Caruso?
He would try, but it's not the same thing. If you get it from like LeBron, it's like an order. Like I know we make like the LeGM jokes like jokingly, but it's like LeBron
has some truth.
Yeah, like LeBron's been doing this since like, remember that stint in Cleveland when like he brought on like his best friend to come when he brought on Dwayne Wade to come play, and then he traded him before the deadline because he wasn't playing well. Like I don't really think it's like like as much as it seems like he doesn't want to anymore, LeBron still wants to win. I think the roster construction wasn't that great this year, which may have been his fault. It may have been the front office's fault. We don't really know. We're not in the meetings with them. So But I do think like LeGM's roster construction is a real thing. LeBron's clearly had problems with players in the past. Guys like David Blatt from the 2015 Cavs, Bron got him fired, and he brought in the guy that he wanted. Like it's not crazy to assume any of these things.
All right, let's go on number 6. So in my 6th spot, I got the one and only Chef Curry.
What? That's a bit low. But anyway, I have Luka at 6. Luka's been he's just really good, man. Yeah, I've been on the Luka train like for pretty much since his rookie year. I really like Luka. There are times where he is a bit overweight, but he's still really good. Like that pass he had like yesterday against the Pistons. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh my God, that was crazy.
That was wild. Yeah, he had 2 of them. He had like a wraparound pass like around Isaiah Stewart, and then he had like the behind the back one. It was like literally like behind his head. He got cut off by Killian Hayes like going right. It seemed like he was gonna take a floater, but he had a kick out guy and like in that corner, and then he like threw it behind his head. I didn't even see it on like my first watch. I watched it like 3 times. Then I got the pass. I was like, I don't even know how he threw that. I thought it literally appeared in Dorian Finney-Smith's like hands out of thin air. Absolutely wild. Bro just breaks defenses down.
I'm assuming you put Curry at number 5.
Yeah.
So I put Luka at number 5.
I know you've been very down on Steph this year. It's well documented.
Not down. It's just like when you get so used to seeing Curry and like all the other stars play so well for so many seasons, and when they have one season where it's like a little bit worse than the other ones, you just like freak out. But
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors. Like he just came off his best season I think ever last year, and then this year he had to deal with those weird rotations. He's playing with a new team again. He has to input like Jordan Poole. It seemed like he was really just gassed by like the middle of the season. By the time he was trying to break his record, and then he went through like a shooting slump, which is like normal, but then it was like extended. Then the Warriors got like everybody went through like their streak of injuries. Then he had to play point guard when like Draymond wasn't there. And then he still couldn't really hit threes the way he was before. But then Klay came back and he started to catch fire, and then he got injured. A lot of this season.
This is probably his like worst offensive season.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Since he like first won the MVP. He still has good numbers. I feel like Luka's numbers are extremely better.
Well, Luka's numbers are like an anomaly in terms of like anybody in history. He's averaging like 28, 8, and 8. Those are like Bron numbers.
28, 9, and 9.
There's very little people who can reach that. I think the reason that we have Steph, Steph will always be high, probably until he's like 100 years old, is because he is the Warriors offense. Like we've seen the Warriors offense work without Steph, and it has not been pretty. Like the amount of gravity that he controls, even though he's only shooting 38% from 3 this year. If Steph comes off like a pin down and he moves to the corner, Draymond has it in the post split. There's not a single guy on the floor that's not looking for Steph in the corner. It's like that's the scariest thing in the world to an NBA team. And that's probably the only reason why I still have him at 5. Otherwise, I'd move him down to 6. And he's taking 13 threes a game. Pretty impressive stuff. And he had the All-Star Game MVP, Ennes. You know how important that is? That's like the award that you put like that's the award.
Yeah, it's very, very important.
I mean, the Warriors are the 3rd seed. They're above the Mavericks.
Barely.
But if Steph is still there, you can't really count the Warriors out. Like if I had Steph Curry in a playoff series and I had Luka in a playoff series, and this is coming from like I watch like every time that Luka plays, the first thing I'll do is go to House of Highlights and I'll watch like every single thing Luka did that night. I still want Steph in a 7-game series. That sounds like a really like Skip Bayless take. And maybe it's because like Steph Curry's maybe just had this extended impact on like what we know as basketball for such a long time. You can't really count him out. But like I still want Steph, you know?
I think Luka will be, I think it's just because Steph has like, he's shown us what he can do in the playoffs. And like he already has 3 rings. He already has that experience. Luka has got bounced out of the first round like twice in a row.
Hey, that's not we can't give him anything for that, Ennis.
Yeah, I know.
He's played against like, 2 really good Clippers teams, and
Luka's that guy that you want to build around. Like,
well, yeah,
he makes up for the entire like. You just surround Luka with shooters, and he'll find a way to get them the ball.
I mean, like he's gonna win MVP in the next like 2 to 3 years, probably 2 of them. Luka's gonna be. I like. There's 3 guys on this list that like I can see, or like 4 guys actually that I can see like dominating the league like for the rest of like their careers. Like the league's in good hands, but I still think I want Steph Curry.
People forget too, like Luka's only 23 years old.
I know, it's kind of wild.
It's crazy. So like
He's only in his 4th year in the league, and it's like,
and he's already like top 6, top 5, which is crazy.
I mean, he had like he's been this way. Like it's like he's almost at like a Giannis point where like I don't know where the statistical jump is going to come from, but I think when he wins MVP, it's just going to be like a team record thing. And I think since they have it figured out now, I think he's my pick for MVP next year. But I mean, that's a long ways away. No, but I still want Steph. He carries the most offensive gravity out of anybody in like NBA history.
All right, number 4, because we just did 5 and 6.
Number 4, I have KD.
Yep, same here.
I would have KD. I mean, I could put. Okay, I'm gonna preface this. Anything from 1, 2, 3, and 4, I could switch out any of these guys, and I'd feel comfortable with the list.
100%. Because they're all like at the same level.
Yeah,
in terms of skill.
mean, if Kevin Durant lowers down to shoe size, there's nobody else I'd want like taking a shot to like win the NBA Finals like on this list besides KD. But like he's got to go down a shoe size, and then I'll pick him.
Maybe like 2.
Maybe 2, just for good measure. You know, just like really squeeze into him, KD. But yeah, I have KD. I think he would be my number. He would definitely crack the top 3 if he wasn't injured this year. But yeah, unfortunately, he did have that hamstring thing, like in January, and that kind of prevented him from doing his thing. He probably would have won MVP too. He probably would have stayed very high in the MVP talks if he didn't get injured. KD's really good at basketball, man.
Yeah.
I'm not
Only
sure.
Problem is the Nets are 10th in the East.
Yeah.
It might take a miracle for them to like get to the Eastern Conference Finals, even though I could see it like very easily.
You said you needed a miracle, and then you said it'll happen really easily.
I mean,
yeah, I know what you're saying, though. I know what you're saying. I mean, like, KD's just a hooper, man. There's like, he's just a hooper booper. Like,
hooper booper.
Yeah. Like, imagine if you're like Wesley Matthews. It's just like, has he pull up? Has he pull up? Has he, go, pull up.
Yeah. And I think like the main reason why they're 10th in the East is, like you said, his injury. Mm-hmm. Like they were fighting for the top spot in the East before that injury that he had, even without Kyrie, and then without him they dropped down like a lot.
Then they had this really weird stretch of games where like Harden was not playing well, and then Kyrie was trying, and then like Harden would be out for a game, and then he would only play a home game, and then he told Kyrie like I just got to put I'd put the vaccine in his arm myself. And then Kyrie didn't seem to like that. And it's like, oh, wait, Harden's going to the Sixers? Like, this has all happened real quick. Then Harden ended up on the Sixers, and then KD's back.
But what is going on with Ben Simmons, man? Like, is he going to play in the playoffs?
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I don't think there's a world where we see Ben Simmons enter a basketball court for the next, like, 3 months.
5 years. I mean,
5 years. He's Rookie of the Year, though, so, I mean.
Oh, yeah, he still has a chance. I think next year he's, like, he'll probably get, like, for sure top three.
Definitely.
Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. He's got to stay in contention, you know.
All right, number 3?
Number 3. I have Embiid number 3. But I also could have Embiid number 2 or Embiid number 1.
Well, I could have anyone in number 3 from, like...
I only have Embiid number 3, but he also has been playing, like, really well for the past week. Like, don't put, like, for the people, like the guy and the Warriors guy from last episode that was commenting, like, if there's any, like, Sixers guys that are out there, don't put too much thought into this. Like, I only have Embiid 3 because I think because Embiid has Harden on his team, and even though Embiid's basically kept them alive, and, like, Doc Rivers does not know how to stagger minutes, maybe I have Embiid number 2. See, that's the thing, it's so tough. It's like the top 3 or top 4 are, like, so switchable. I know. So switchable. But, like, it'd feel disrespectful to move Giannis out of any spot that's not number 1, you know? But I could see a world where I put Embiid number 1 or I put Jokic number 1. So, I don't know. Maybe next week Jokic will be my 1, Giannis will be my 3, and Embiid will be my 2.
It changes, like, every week, bro.
Yeah, it's just whoever's putting up the 40, 11, and 11 this week, they're going to get the top spot.
Like you.
So, yeah. I mean, we're all on a bit of a Giannis high, I think, right now. Like, he had he's just been playing really well. We've kind of realized that like he's in this like I talked about this last episode again. This is just like this all like comes down to the MVP race, which is like so tough. Where are the Nuggets right now in seeding? Do you know?
Sixth. They're sixth.
They're sixth. Ah. If they move up to 5. See, this is so tough, man. What a tough MVP race. The league's so fun, man. I heard some guy talking about like he doesn't like watching basketball anymore. He only likes watching March Madness. Like he doesn't like watching NBA basketball. Absolutely wild take. Absolutely wild take. I don't know.
I mean, March Madness is fun, but like.
No, did you see that guy who tweeted and then JJ Redick like lost his mind? He said that if guys in the NBA were playing as hard on defense as these college guys are, the scores would definitely be in the 70s and 60s. I'm like, what? What?
How?
What are you talking about, dog? Like, bro, the guys on the OKC Thunder are currently better than like 98% of teams in March Madness. Like, we're talking Lindy Waters and what's it called? And Xavier Simpson are better than like every other guy who played in March Madness. Like every single dude in the NBA, like Lindell Wigington will give you buckets, like badly. Like Ahmed Kaver will give you buckets. We just don't.
Where's he getting these names from, bro? Just look up.
Gabriel
NBA
Lundberg
scrubs.
will give you buckets.
Who?
And also the shot clocks. Go watch JJ Redick's like rant on the whole thing. But like NBA basketball, I think is the best it's been in like a long time. There's not much to complain about right now. And as we have like 8 different teams fighting for like this play-in spot, so they can have a single elimination game. Like, and it's like this contender is like mixed in the middle of them with the Brooklyn Nets, and they're gonna go play the Miami Heat in like a first round series, which is supposed to be like a conference finals, but we're gonna get in the first round. And like every single first round matchup in the West this year is gonna be fun. There's not like, and there's so much talent in the league. You know how hard it was for me to like make this top 10 list? I left like 6 guys off that I wanted to be on there. And it's not just like the old guys either. Like there's old dudes that are still hooping, but it's like there's like a bunch of new guys too. Like Jaws in his 3rd season is already cracking the top 10. Luka in his 4th season, like has been in the top 10. Like stop complaining, dog. Just go watch some NBA basketball. You know, it's fun stuff. The playoffs are gonna be fun, man. They're gonna be fun.
So who's your number 2?
My number 2 is Jokic.
Oof.
Oh, bit of a difference of opinion incoming here.
Mine is Giannis.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, but that ain't crazy. That ain't crazy.
I could literally put Embiid number 1. It wouldn't be a crazy thought.
No, I mean, Embiid's been on one of the best teams in the East. He's like one of the most dominant post scorers we've seen in such a long time. His mid-range game is like phenomenal. And it's like, there's not much you can do to guard him because then he'll just draw a foul.
Like these top 4 guys, you can't stop them on offense. Like you just can't. There's no real answer to stopping any of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they've done all season. Embiid is just unstoppable in the post. KD's an like crazy scorer. You can't guard him. Giannis, he just bullies you. Giannis is a bully, bro. Like,
well, Giannis has like a pull-up game now, which is kind of wild.
I know, like he can like he hit a step back 3 to tie the game and go to OT.
Yeah, we've been thinking about this for like such a long time, and I think we're not really seeing it, because like there's not a ton of Milwaukee games that are like on national television for like normal people to see. But it's like when Giannis hit the step back 3, my dad had like an aneurysm. It was like he was just like, what did I just see right there? Like, no, he's been doing this. Like he's been hooping. It's just been like this. He doesn't have like a bag or anything, you know, like it's still very much in question. Just because I think Giannis is too strong to dribble the ball on us. I've had this theory for a while. Giannis's shoulders are simply too large for any like human to dribble the ball normally. It'd be impossible to do like a tween hezzy wrap, like to get past somebody in transition, because Giannis is just like, he's just too strong. Like the ball would simply just go out of bounds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've seen those guys, right? The guys that like Giannis is like one of the guys that like after he works out comes and hoops. Like he's like one of those guys. He's too strong to shoot the ball. But now he can shoot. But yeah, you have Giannis too. Okay, I mean like that's not crazy. I'm not gonna go after you for that one. But
yeah, I have Jokic at 1 because I don't have Jokic at 1. I have Alex Caruso number 1, baby.
Oh my. Oh my.
Number one. He's the king of the league, the reigning GOAT.
No.
What?
What? Bro, this sounds way Frank Kaminsky. Oh my goodness.
No way, Frank the Tank?
Oh my goodness, I'm in shambles.
No.
Why would they do this?
Frank the Tank.
Oh my goodness.
God. That dude was a monster in college. Anyway, I picked Jokic at number one because I don't know how to put this into words, bro. Like,
he's the guy
this
that
man can pass, can shoot, is literally the Nuggets offense at like 6-7 feet tall.
I mean, poor guys playing with like absolute. And I'm not calling Will Barton and Monte Morris and Aaron Gordon bums, but it's like Embiid has a solid supporting cast. Giannis has a really good supporting cast. Poor Jokic is out here passing the ball to Will Barton, expecting him to hit corner threes, and like he's expecting Aaron Gordon to just like. To be fair, everybody on the Nuggets team does a stellar job of like fitting in within the Jokic system. Like they all like the cutting and the threes. It's all like beautiful to watch, but it's like they're not making them at like or getting the shots that they want at a high enough percentage to where like if it was like Jamal Murray and MPJ, you know. Like MPJ was a perfect cutter for Jokic, and the Jamal Murray like Jokic pick and roll like eviscerated teams in the playoffs like year after year. There's so many options there. I'm not gonna get into it because like Jamal Murray isn't playing, so like it'd be kind of weird if I like talked about like this. It just sounded like an incoherent man rambling about pick and rolls again, which seems to happen a lot on this show. It'd also be hard to not put him at one, you know.
His stat lines in every game is just unbelievable.
They're like this guy's like a 280-pound Serbian man. Like what? Nah, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Well, like what more can he do?
Oh, he can't, bro. He can't. And like God forbid you double team the man, he'll just make the most insane pass. Not much you can do about it. Not much you can do.
And he's super efficient too. He could just like create shots for himself and for his teammates. Like I said, he like runs the entire offense by himself too.